Good afternoon, everyone. During the last lecture, we had discussed about the classification of the magnetic material based on the response of the magnetic moment to the external applied magnetic field. And today I am going to discuss what are the basic terminologies which are used to study in detail, that is in our syllabus, SYBSc syllabus. Oersted had investigated that if we pass electric current throughout the wire which is made up of conducting material, that's why that conductivity will very high, means wire is made up of conducting material, and if we pass electric current, means we are connecting a power supply across this wire. So we had current carrying wire. For example, if I have this wire, I am connecting the power supply across this wire. This wire is able to pass current because this wire is made up of conducting material. So surrounding this wire, magnetic field is generated. Actually, this was first observed by Oersted, and this was the nice investigation of the of Oersted, that electricity and magnetism both are not separate branch of the physics, but both are related with each other. Electricity is related with magnetism, and magnetism that is related with electricity. As we know that if we have this wire, I am passing the current throughout this wire. So electrons are moving from one place to another place with a particular constant velocity, and this constant velocity of the electron lead us the generation of the magnetic field. So this was the Oersted observation. Then there are many scientists who contribute much in a field of magnetostatics. We know that Maxwell gave 4 equations and who changed the entire world. Del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon 0. First equation which was given by Maxwell. Actually, this is known as Gauss theorem in a electrostatic. Another equation, second equation, is del dot B is equal to 0. Del dot B is equal to 0 means a physical interpretation of the second equation which was given by Maxwell, that can be explained by this way, that magnetic flux means it is the total number of magnetic field lines passing per unit cross-sectional area. So the magnetic field lines passing per unit cross-sectional area along the closed loop of the conducting material. This conducting material is able to generate the magnetic field. So in short, del dot B becomes always 0. It means magnetic flux coming out from any closed loop, not an open loop but a closed loop, it becomes always 0. Third equation, del cross E is equal to del B by del T. So curl of the electric field is equal to del B by del T. It means that we are able to generate electric field whenever there is a change in a magnetic field. Del B by del T represents change in a magnetic field or change in a magnetic flux density, and this change in a magnetic flux density will lead us the generation of electric field. That's why that at the starting I had said that electricity is related with magnetism, magnetism is related with electricity. Both are combined, and this combination of this two branch of the physics, which was done, or this was informed or investigated by Maxwell by giving these four equations. So last equation shows that del cross B is equal to mu 0 J, actually Ampere's law. Actually Maxwell gave this equation, and these are the equations which are mostly used in a field of electrostatic as well as magnetostatics. Generation of the magnetic field by the material, by the atom or by the molecule can be understood by this way. If we see atom is made up of nucleus. Nucleus contains protons and neutrons. Electrons are making revolution around the nucleus. This electron these electrons which are making a revolution around the nucleus, there are two types of motion: orbital motion and spin motion. And we know that spin motion as well as orbital motion of the electron, that is able to generate the magnetic field outside the atom. And further we can say that if we have this atom, we are applying external magnetic field, how the magnetic moment of the atom will give a response to the external magnetic field. This classification of the material had been done by this response, that how the magnetic moment will align in a direction of applied magnetic field, or this how the magnetic moment will repel or arrange in a opposite direction, which was the given by the external magnetic field. So this response decide that in which class we should classify the material. And we had already classified the magnetic material, diamagnetic material, ferromagnetic material, paramagnetic material, antiferromagnetic material. And now to discuss the basic terminology which are used in a magnetostatic. So first term is magnetic dipole. So for example, I have this magnetic dipole means di means 2, mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa. Di means 2. Means dipole means there are 2 poles of this magnet. This pole, north pole, another pole is south pole. We have another magnet, again north pole, south pole, north pole, south pole. Magnet 1, magnet 2. Now as we know that north pole is displaced towards the another north pole of the magnet 2, then there will be repulsion. So north pole will repel north pole will attract south pole. So this is the basic detail, that there are some attraction for dissimilar pole, south pole and north pole, or north pole and south pole, both are making attraction towards each other. And if we have this similar pole, south pole and south pole, and if we make magnet 1 closer to magnet 2, if I am making closer magnet 1 towards the magnet 2, then there will be repulsion. If there are two south pole, repulsion. If there are two north pole, there will be repulsion. But for a dissimilar pole, there will be always attraction. So this is the basic detail about the magnetic dipole. This is known as dipole because we have two pole, north pole and south pole. Actually, in a physics, we are never able to find out, we are never able to produce the monopole. There is no probability to find out the monopole. Magnetic field strength. Actually, magnetic field strength is the capability to achieve a magnetization. If I have greater value of magnetic field strength, it will give greater magnetization, and if I have low value of magnetic field strength, it will never give a greater degree of magnetization. So for example, I have two magnet 1, this, and this is a magnet 2. Magnet 1 is longer in a length, magnet 2 is shorter in a length. So magnetic field strength of this longer length magnet should be greater in a compared to the magnet which had shorter length. So magnetic field strength depends on the length. Length means it is the dimension of the material. Another thing is that if I have this magnet nearby north pole and south pole, magnetic field strength will be greater. And if I am moving away from the magnet, then there will be the decrement in a magnetic field strength. As we know that if magnetic flux lines are closer to each other, if we have this flux line 1 and 2, this two magnetic flux lines are closer to each other, it will give us always a greater value of magnetic field strength. If I have the magnetic field lines which are away from each other, it will give us a low value of magnetic field strength. So we can say that if we have this magnet nearby north pole, nearby south pole, we have a greater value of magnetic field strength. But if I am going away from this magnet, so I am shifting from this point 1 to a point 2, means I am going away from the magnet. Then there will be the decrement in a magnetic flux density, magnetic field strength. But if I am coming towards the magnet, if I am going away from the magnet, there will be decrement in a magnetic field strength. If I am coming towards the magnet, then there will be increment in a magnetic field strength.